Hey, yo, everybody. This is the first official installment of what I'm calling Finding Sensibility. Basically, what we're going to do is we are going to examine positive quotes or inspirational quotes and see if we can make them fit into our day-to-day life or if they're just a product of the times. And the first one we're going to talk about today is from a Roman named Seneca. And his quote, "We never reflect how pleasant it is to ask for nothing." As I mentioned, we're going to break all of these quotes down to their bits and pieces and see if we can find some way to make it work. And the first thing we're going to look at here is Seneca. As I mentioned, he was a Roman, and more than that, he was a heavy proponent of Stoicism, which was a major philosophy of the day. There were four schools of thought, essentially: Stoicism, skepticism, cynicism, and either hedonism or Epicureanism. They were kind of made interchangeable, even though they were very different. It's a whole thing. But Stoicism is essentially the philosophy of perseverance, to put it simply. There are no good things that happen, and there are no bad things that happen. There are just things that happen, and it's up to you to figure out how to get through it. There's no greater reason that these things happen, but there is an understanding to cultivate so that you don't make the same mistakes twice. So, having said that, let's look again at this quote. "We never reflect how pleasant it is to ask for nothing." I don't find any positive or inspirational connotation to this at all. So what we're going to do is see if we can fine-tune it and make it into a positive thought. And it's going to be difficult to do without making it sound like a Christmas special where you just give for the sake of giving or the joy of giving and things like that. But I'm going to try. The world we live in has become more about looking out for number one almost than anything else. Even by simply posting a video to YouTube, essentially what I'm trying to do is to ask everyone that looks at YouTube to look at my video. I'm asking everyone I know to give me attention. I'm fine with that. I wouldn't be doing this otherwise. So what we have to be able to do is see if we can take an action for someone else without expecting a return. And that's a lot harder than it sounds. All of our little philosophies of the day revolve around the good things you do coming back to reward you later. People don't understand what karma is when they talk about it, but that's essentially what they're meaning. And the reap what you sow, and the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, has become, as long as you do unto others, they will do unto you. So if we can find a way to break that mentality of looking out for number one and everything coming back full circle so that the good things you do over here end up being rewards for you over here, that expectation can become really toxic to the point where you can become resentful simply if that person doesn't end up doing exactly what you wanted them to do. That expectation can be such a burden on you. The other person doesn't have to worry about it. You've done the nice thing for them, you've given them what they need, and that was great. If we can stop it there, so many of these poisons that we cultivate in ourselves will just go away. It's that expectation for somebody we do something nice for to do the same for us that leads to disappointment and resentment and anger and just hurt feelings, to put it simply. So try it. See if you can do something genuinely for someone else without having the context of it coming back to you. And it's hard. It's really hard. And I fail at it all the time. But the few times I actually succeed at it, it's so freeing to not have to worry about all of this toxicity coming back at me, because I didn't get what I wanted out of this nice thing that I tried to do. If you make it work, awesome. If not, doesn't make you a bad person. Just keep at it. See if you can get there. Until then, stay tuned and stay real.